Dear students, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, and today I have brought a supernatural story. The title of the story is The Loving Mother. It is a supernatural story because it deals with the theme of spirit and soul. Means there is the soul of a mother, a dead mother, the soul of her dead mother, the spirit of her dead mother appears to help her baby, to help her child, her lonely child who is helpless, who is unable, speechless, is unable to ask help from anyone, is unable to do anything else on its own. The baby is lonely, helpless, and the spirit of the mother, the soul of the dead mother, does not get rest and peace, and it appears frequently, visits someone, and in fact the spirit of the dead mother wants to, request, wants to communicate, wants to inform someone that her baby is helpless, all alone, and it needs someone's help, someone's support. That's all about the story. That is the glimpse of the story. Now, let us deal with the characters. Let me talk about the characters first. The first major character is Suji Sakota. Mr. Suji Sakota is a pharmacist. He is a widower. Widower means someone whose wife is already dead. Mr. Suji Sakota is a pharmacist. He is a widower and he does not have any child. The second major character, yes, the spirit itself, the spirit of a woman who frequently visits Mr. Sakota's drugstore, means medicine shop or pharmacy, let's say. Then there is another character, a photographer. A photographer who is the friend of Mr. Sakota. And the setting of the story is Sapporo. Sapporo is a city that lies on Hokkaido Island in northern Japan. So the events of the story take place in the city of Sapporo on Hokkaido Island in northern Japan, and the time of the story is 1964. Means Mr. Suji Sakota, who was a pharmacist, a widower, and had no child, he owned a drugstore, that is a pharmacy or medicine shop in the city of Sapporo, and he lived all alone in an apartment just attached to the shop. Means behind the drugstore there was an apartment, an apartment, and there he lived. Mr. Suji Sakota lived. It was 1964 and it was a stormy winter. It was a stormy winter night. Mr. Sakota, he was preparing annual business report because it was a fiscal year, fiscal, towards the end of the year, financial year, you can say, financial year. It was fiscal year and Mr. Sakota was busy preparing his report. He was preparing business report after closing the shop. All the lights were off except one at the table where Mr. Sakota was preparing his business report. Then at about midnight, he heard some sort of knock on the door. He thought whoever it is can see that the shop is closed and must come tomorrow morning, the next morning, that is. He ignored. Then again, second time, he heard the similar knock. This time he thought it might be because of the wind. It is stormy outside, stormy, windy. The night is windy. It may be because of the wind. But the third time, when it was again, when there was the knock again, he thought it might be a case of emergency, and therefore Mr. Sakota, he pulled, you can say, he pulled the shade, he removed the shade, that is curtains, you can say, and looked out through the window. As he looked out, he saw a strange woman standing outside. He thought at first it might be a trick to rob him. It was night, midnight. Yes, it was all around. There was no one around. Almost all the shops, the surroundings, the street was asleep. So he thought at first it might be a trick to rob him. He did not want to open the door, but the lady requested that she needed something for her baby. Now, when Mr. Sakota was convinced that it was really a case of emergency, then he opened the shop. As he opened the shop, the lady entered. She was all strange. She was wearing kimono. Kimono is a Japanese cultural gown, you see, a dress for women. She was wearing a kimono. She was very thin and very strange in her appearance. The most striking, the most remarkable thing about her was that when she talked to Mr. Sakota, she did not look into his eyes. She looked as if she were looking somewhere else. He was looking in other direction. That means it was very strange. You can see the eyes of that lady, that woman, they were very strange. They did not look into the eyes of Mr. Sakota while she was talking to him. They were in other direction. That was the strange thing about her. Mr. Sakota did not take much interest in that, and she requested, the lady who entered the shop, she said, I want an Amy for my baby. Now Amy is a candy, you can say a nutritious candy, which is used by the children, which is given to the children. Or you can say a chocolate or candy or lollipop sort of. Now she requested, I need an Amy for my baby. I need an Amy on a stick. An Amy on a stick. Mr. Sakota found it very strange. At the middle of the night, a lady comes in a medicine shop and she asks for an Amy on a stick, a lollipop or chocolate. All strange. But Mr. Sakota, he gave her an Amy on a stick. She paid a few cents for the Amy and she left. She did not talk much about anything else. And Mr. Sakota was also very, he also felt very awkward, very strange. All these activities of the woman made him feel strange. He did not care. After she left, Mr. Sakota went back to prepare his business report, the annual business report, because he had to submit the report to the tax office. But he was unable to concentrate on his work because the image, the picture of that lady, that strange lady, still hovered his mind. She was still hovering over his mind, so he was not able to concentrate on his report. Now, next night, the second night, the same thing happened. She came again, asked for an Amy on a stick, paid money, left. Third night, the same thing happened. Mr. Sakota had questions in his mind. Why does this lady come only at night? Why doesn't she come during the daytime? Who is she? From where she comes? And why does she come only at night? And even when the shop is closed, when I close the shop, when I switch off all the lights outside everywhere, then she comes. What is the reason? Strange. Then when she come for 3 consecutive nights, then Mr. Sakota shared this experience to his friend, with his friend who was a photographer. He told him, this is the case, a lady comes at night. Then he requested him to stay in the shop secretly, to hide in the shop secretly, and if the lady came again, he should click some pictures, some photographs of the lady, so that they could study about her, they could find out more about her with the help of the photographs. That was the plan. His request was commendable. His request was accepted by his photographer friend. As planned, the photographer friend was already hidden in the shop, and as usual, on the 4th night, the lady came again. She came again. She requested Mr. Sakota to give her an Emmy on a stick, paid money, and left. After she left, they were happy. Mr. Sakota and the photographer friend, they were happy, they were pleased that now they had already taken some photographs and they would be able to find out more about her. But the next day, when they developed the photographs, the film, there was no image of that lady. His friend, photographer friend, had clicked several pictures of that lady from different angles, and he still remembers that he had seen her through the lens, but there was no image of that lady. The things in the shop, the fridge, you can say, the rack, you can say, the boxes, the medicine boxes, everything was visible, everything was seen on the picture, but the image of the lady was not there. Now you can guess why? Because she was a spirit. A spirit is invisible. The spirit is, you can say, just like air. And how can you capture the air in your camera? So now it was even mysterious. Now the things became even stranger, even mysterious. Now it was a challenge to the photographer friend as well. Now they decided, now both of them decided, if the lady comes again, we shall follow her. We will go behind her to find out where she goes and why she comes. Normally, as usual, the lady came again on the 5th night. So it was 5th night. On the 5th night, when the lady came, the photographer and Mr. Sakota, they followed her after she purchased the Emmy on a stick and went. They started following her. They followed her. She understood when they were following her. She understood. She sensed. She realized that she was being followed. She understood that they were following her, but she ignored. She pretended as if she did not know about their presence. About their presence, she pretended as if she did not know that she was being followed. But in fact, she knew that. Means she actually intended, she actually wanted them to follow her. And she walked through the street and she went towards an old apartment. As she reached an old apartment, she started climbing the stairs. She started climbing the stairs. After climbing the 3 flights of stairs, she stopped and disappeared through a dark way. Now it was all dark. Mr. Sakota and the photographer friend, they all slowly, secretly, they followed, and they reached the dark hallway. There they saw a room. There was a room. It was open. The room was open. The door of the room was open. It was all dark inside. Mr. Sakota and friend photographer, they got inside and they started groping the switchboard. Somehow they managed to find the switchboard. The light, they turned on the light, let's say. In the room, what they saw, there was a bed, only bed. There was an only bed in the room, and the same lady wearing kimono, who had gone to ask for enemy on a stick, the same lady was lying asleep on the bed. Mr. Sakota was surprised, so surprised. How can it be possible? How can this woman who had just been walking outside come and sleep so fast? How can she go in such a deep sleep? Just few minutes before she was outside walking on the road, and now she is in a deep sleep. How can it be possible? And beside the lady, there was a small baby of 8 or 9 months, and the baby was licking the Amy on a stick. The Amy on a stick, the same Amy that Mr. Sakota had sold, that the lady had purchased. The same, the same Amy on a stick was in the hand of the baby, and the baby was licking the Amy. Now Mr. Sakota went close to the lady to see, to check, to make sure whether she was really sleeping or just pretending to be asleep. Mr. Sakota went close. When he went close and examined her body, he found that the lady was already dead. In fact, she had been dead for a number of days. Now, this is the end of the story. Now, she had been dead for a number of days, and her soul was restless. Her soul actually wanted to find out someone. She wanted to request someone, tell someone that her baby is alone, helpless, speechless. It needs someone's help, and therefore she went to Sakota's pharmacy, because she might have thought Mr. Sakota is very kind-hearted. He does not have any child, no baby. If he gets that baby, yes, he would really readily accept the baby. This may be the the thoughts, or you can say the intention of the dead mother. So this is the story, how the love of a mother appears even after death for baby, for safety, for life and protection of her baby. How deeply a mother loves. The love of a mother is, you can say, unfathomable. That is one message. And another thing we can notice here, that is it is already a supernatural story. As I said, the reality, the truth, science is not able to answer. Science cannot answer whether this happens or not, whether such things really happen or not. In reality, it happens or not. It's a mystery. There are so many things in life. There are so many things in our life, in our experience. We don't know the reason behind. We don't know the reason behind. Whatever we say, whatever we think, that only that may only be, that might only be, let's say, speculation or hypothesis or imagination, but not the fact, but not the scientific fact, or you can say, there is no because we don't have any evidence. It has not been proved by science. That's why we can say so. So this is all the story. Thank you very much.